So thank you guys for coming to my channel. If you're on this video, it's probably because you're going through the same thing that I went through at a very young age, and it's balding. As you can tell, I've been bald for probably, or balding for quite some time now, since my first year of university when I was 18, 19 years old, and it's pretty young. It's pretty young for your hair to start thinning. So I think I just want to kind of talk about some of the mental health challenges that are surrounding balding, the anxiety, how I dealt with it, how I dealt with it in an unhealthy manner, and then how I dealt with it in a healthy manner. So let's start off with when I first started balding. So as I said, first started balding first year of university at 19, 18 years old, which is pretty young. And I was out for coffee with a friend, and we were kind of shooting the shit. Kind of haven't seen each other for a long time and wanted to see each other before we go up to university. And he kind of stops me mid-sentence where we're talking. And he's like, bro, I think you're balding. And I kind of like took a step back. Like I was always like conscious of my hair and my appearance, and it really meant I was really, I don't know, it wasn't good for me. I was really kind of obsessed with that. And I'm like, no, bro, like I'm a balding dude. Like you're just being a fucking asshole. He's like, Matt, like I think you're balding. Like go take a look. So conversation went on. I went home, and I was kind of really stuck with me. Like I'm balding. Like I'm 18 years old going into first year university, and I'm balding, dude. So I go home and I kind of look at my hair, and I'm like, like it's starting to thin right here, a little bit over here too, and I'm just like, damn, like I can see it now. Like it is noticeable. So I think after that, it really took me. I was kind of taking a step back. I'm like, holy shit. So after that, I started wearing hats a lot. I have a hat over there that I actually wore quite a bit. I still wear it on like sunny days and stuff like that, but that hat was my signature hat, and I probably wore that hat for a good 4 years. I mean, all through university, it was a struggle because you're in some place new, meeting new people, and it's just like, it's an extra trigger for anxiety, right? So I was wearing a hat to try and like kind of hide it, you know what I mean, as most guys do, a lot of guys do actually. And it was more of a surprise when I took off my hat for either like a presentation or a meeting with someone, job interview. Not job interview, but like presentations with classmates, friends, and things like that, even like weddings. And people would be like holy shit, I think that's the first time I've ever saw you without a hat. And it kind of got to the point too where my friends were kind of busting my balls. Like we were out at bars and stuff like that, and they were like throwing my hat off because like they knew that it was like they knew the reason why I was wearing a hat. Like there's no hiding it. So they kind of did that, and then I would like fucking run for my hat, put it back on, and my mood would just be ruined for the rest of the night. And it kind of I don't know why, but it just affects your mental health, man. And it's just, I don't know if it's because it's like an aging thing or it's something that like we can't actually control, but it was just like, oh shit, like my mental health took a real impact, and I was depressed for a very long time about it because there was nothing I could do to control this situation. So I kind of really got depressed, stayed in bed, flunked out of school because I wouldn't get out of bed, and I was just depressed all the time. And I did that once I dropped out of university. I kind of did my own thing, worked for a bit, saved money to go to college, went to college, still wore hats, and then I met my girlfriend, and that's where it kind of took a toll. Like I said, you know what, like going forward, like I do not want to live my life just like hiding shit. I don't want to I want to be me, you know what I mean? I don't want to go out on like a windy day and have to worry about my hair flipping out, or being out in the, sorry, someone's blowing their nose, or like being out in the rain, or fuck man, like I want to go swimming. It's the summertime, it's hot as hell, I want to go swimming, but I can't because I'm worried my hair's gonna get fucked up, or I'm gonna have to take my hat off. And again, like this might just be me, but I swear to God, like I feel like there's some guys out there who experience the exact same thing as me. So after I met my girlfriend, I was kind of like a little bit more kind of like, you know what, I want to be my true self. I don't want to have any limitations to what I do on my day-to-day life. So I'm gonna grab life by the balls. So I just said, you know what, I'm just gonna shave my head, dude. It's just way too much. And it was, I think I went for 2 months 2 months where I was kind of deciding whether or not I wanted to shave my head or not. I never really used any of the drugs that some of the guys use for hair. I never used like Rogaine or anything like that. My cat's playing with the ball right now. So I just didn't want to do it, you know. So I think taking the plunge for me, buzzing my head was the biggest struggle. So again, for 2 months, I kind of decided if I was going to do it. So as I told my girlfriend, I said, you know what, babe, fuck it. I'm gonna go to the fucking barbers. I'm gonna go get my hair buzzed nice, and I'm gonna see if I like it, because I knew if I did it, I would probably stop myself. I didn't have the willpower to do it, so that's why I kind of went to the barbers and was like, just buzz it off. So I went and buzzed it off, and it was a change. I mean, it was freeing, but at the same time, I think I got a cut like, I think a 2 or a 1. So I was at a point where I still had hair. Like, you can see it, and you could see the hairline, and it was really thin here, and then it got thick real like here, and I was just like, you know what, like, this actually looks better. But at the same time, I'm like, fuck, like, you can really tell that I'm balding now. Like, you could really tell, because before I had hair that I would kind of slick back and comb over a bit. So I kind of rocked that for about a good 2 weeks, and no one really said anything, to be honest. When I was at work, everyone was kind of like, oh, like, you shaved your head, like, is that for summer? I'm like, yeah, it's for summer. No one really said that I was like balding or anything like that. So I think doing that really raised my confidence, because I felt like I had nothing to hide anymore. Actually, I wanted to do more things when I shaved my head. I wanted to go out on a nice day when it's maybe a little bit windy or something like that. I wanted to go on vacation and not have to worry about which hat I'm gonna pick. I was able to go to events and not have to worry about my appearance, and doing my hair every morning and stuff like that, trying to hide it. So it was really freeing. And then after I probably say 2 weeks, 3 weeks of that, I said, you know what, like, I want to go a bit shorter. So I went no guard, and I really liked that, man. I was like, damn, like, this looks good. Like, yeah, you could tell I was balding, but it wasn't so like prominent. Everything was kind of like the same shade and stuff like that around the head. Like, it was looking decent. And then like my girlfriend like wouldn't stop like rubbing her head on it and stuff like that. I was like, you know what, like, this actually looks good. And I think like I was starting to get into the old me, and I was really starting to be like, you know what, like, this is what my life was beforehand. You know what I mean? Like, you can still live a really nice life and be bald, man. Like, it sounds ridiculous, dude. But it's true. It's honestly true. And if I could give you any advice, it would be, just don't worry about it. Go at your own pace. Like, don't force yourself into anything. I know a lot of guys on here will kind of say like, dude, like, shave your head, bro. Like, shave your head. Like, it will be awesome. And like, it's true. Like, I think like ultimately embracing who you are, not hiding it, either shaving your head or not shaving your head, and just kind of dealing with it and accepting it as who you are, that beautiful person that you are. I think that's the best thing to do. But go at your own pace, man. Like, don't rush it. If you're like, it's hard for me to explain, because like, I don't want to tell you how to live your life, dude. But at the same time, it's just take the plunge. So after the 1 guard, I was kind of rocking in the summertime, and then I was like, you know what, like, I kind of want to go to the blade. Like, I just want to take the blade and just do it. So I told my girlfriend, I said, you know what, worst comes to worst, like, if we don't like it, or if I don't like it, I said, like, I'm just gonna go back to wearing a hat for like 1 or 2 days, and then I'll go back to a 1 to see. So I did it, and dude, I loved it. And this is probably like 2 days worth of growth right now, but like, it looks clean, and thank God, like, I'm able to grow like a decent beard. It's not lined up or anything right now, but like, thank God I'm able to like grow a decent beard, because that helps a lot. But at the same time, it's freeing. Like, I think a lot of people were kind of shocked when I did it at first. They were kind of like, oh fuck, like, you shaved your head. And I'm like, yeah, man, I'm balding. Like, can't really do any of like the cool shit anymore. You know what I mean? But I think adding like humor and things like that, a little bit of bald humor, and kind of embracing yourself, kind of reflects that confidence. And I think when you're balding, you lose a little bit of your confidence. You know what I mean? You lose a little bit of that zing that you had. You're kind of like held back a little bit more reserved. Like, oh shit, are people gonna like me? Are girls gonna like me? And yeah, like, that's about it. My girlfriend's calling me right now, so I might do a part 2 of this video, but thanks for watching.